As they did the burnout. What's up, people? Oh, there's the goat. There's the goat. Sorry, I had a little dry mouth there for a second, getting everything ready. What's up? All the people in the chats there. Oh, we had a good weekend. First, we got to let me get up here. We got some live stars here. We got to thank. We got Nathan Wheeler, Amber and Eric, Daryl Kinney, Corey Norris, John Coventry, Tyler Bell, as always, Alejandro Sanchez, Alex, everybody knows the West Coast guy. Super chats. We have Accelerated Racing Solution, TDO J. Cole, PayPal. We had Bill Smith and Cash App, Tyler Madden. So we got that out of the way. Go ahead and bring this guy on here. You laying down? What's up?
I am. I'm lazy.
Damn. Are you recouping from the weekend?
Yeah, it was bad.
Bad?
It was hot. It was very, very hot weekend.
We didn't have that problem here in Texas for some reason.
Yeah, I heard y'all went exactly opposite.
Yeah, we're out in left field.
Yeah, it was a whole week. It was, I want to say, I was there the whole week prepping the track, getting ready. We had to be above 90 every day. And then Friday and Saturday, chance of rain come in. I think we were 86, 88. I had a guy I talked to earlier. He said that he got sunburnt and it was cloudy. He's like, how am I red as a lobster? And it's been cloudy all day.
UV rays. That's worse than just being no clouds in the sky. It's worse for you.
Yeah, you're right. It's rough. That's my worst sunburn I ever got. So I was on the coast fishing one time out on the water and it was cloudy. And I thought I was a Billy Badass and sat out there all day with no shirt on. And, well, I couldn't sleep right for about 3 days. My blisters were so bad.
You look like a lobster, I bet.
Oh, I was burnt for sure.
So people don't know. You did, or there it is. I'm always forgetting. Opposite. You did an event this weekend at South Georgia Motorplex, or Motor Park. Is it Parks or Plex?
Park. South Georgia Motor Park.
Okay.
SGMP.
And it was topside, or did y'all run it backwards?
Well, the state of Georgia won't let you run it backwards anymore. They're really kind of cracking on us. So what we did is we went about 300 foot past the concrete, past the finish line. So it's a 1/4 mile track. Yeah. So we went about 300 foot past it and poured some burnout boxes, poured 2 concrete pads for a burnout box, and went from there, and still had almost 2,000 foot of shutdown past the finish line. They got a lot of shutdown there.
Yeah, that track is really, really long.
Yeah, well, they hold more land. I think they hold probably majority of the land speed records in the country at that track.
Yeah. Oh, and it turned out good.
It turned out okay. We were fighting rain. I knew we were going to have rain chances, but I've tried to explain to a lot of people. I said, it just doesn't rain there. So, you can ask everyone that was there. You could look a half mile to the right and a half mile to the left, and you've seen it raining. But it didn't rain on the track. So Friday night, we did get a little rain. We probably got a 10-minute shower. Took an hour and a half to dry the track off. And we finished. We finished right at midnight. And then Saturday, we thought it was going to rain all day. And Cecil's a little town just south of us, about 3 or 4 miles. And it's like someone went down there and put down a pole and said, you can't rain in front of this pole. It rained to the east and it rained to the west. And it did not rain on SGMP. We got, I think at 5 o'clock, 5:30 in the evening, we were winding down. We had 4 left in each class. So we're sitting there, we're getting ready to run, and we get a sprinkle. And it was such a lot of a sprinkle that the track dried itself in 15, 20 minutes, maybe 30 tops. Mm-hmm. And we went across it just to make sure with the blowers a little bit and resume racing and finish the race. Now, at about 8 o'clock, after everyone was done good and gone, the bottom dropped out. I was sitting in the tower, and it was so bad I couldn't see 10, 20 foot outside the tower. It really come a flood. But good Lord let us finish our racing.
Yeah, the racing gods were looking out for y'all.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But
so
you had a big tire class, you had a small tire class, and something you want to talk about?
Yeah, we actually had 5 classes altogether. So what we did on Friday nights, we tried something a little new. We tried to get some motorcycles there, and we did have a decent crowd. I think we had 12 or 13 bikes there. But when the rain came, them guys got scared real quick. And they're like, look, we're not racing. So everyone left but 3 bikes. So 3 bikes all put up their $150, and they fought for their money. And they did good. They had fun. They were there. They wanted to race. They were real racers.
Yeah.
Well, then we had a free entry hard tire class. The only rule, you could have been in any kind of car, as long as it wasn't all-wheel drive. And all you had to do is be on a 200 tread wear harder. Pretty basic rules. Any race car could have come out there. Didn't matter, as long as it ain't all-wheel drive. It's on a 200 tread wear harder. So we paid $500 to that. And that was a free entry class. And then we did have big tire. We were set to have 13 or 14. Several of the guys, I think 1 or 2 said, listen, we can't make it simply because we're scared it's going to flood and we're traveling 10, 12 hours. So they didn't make it. But then there was a couple that broke. We ended up finishing up with 9. We did allow double entry. So some of the small people that run small tire ran big tire. But the only rule was if you ran big tire, you had to run a 29 or bigger if you was also entered in small tire. Trying to create some sort of difference there.
Yeah.
Where nobody could get data. And we ended up having 9. Ryan Mitchell, as he normally does on bigs on the backside, he jumped in there with that little 5.3 of his and poured steam to it and ended up finishing in the end. He won it pretty good. He did a great job on the bigs.
Yeah.
So, and then I can't remember the guy's name. Bubba something. I can't remember his last name, but he's won a hard tire. He was in a red short wheelbase pickup truck. He did something I ain't never seen. He took his tailgate, drilled a bunch of holes in it, and he had workout weights mounted to one side, mounted to the other. He looked like a big chicken Hawk Jr. He had weights mounted all on the back of his car. It was kind of cool, and he's like, man, I just want to make these hard tires work. I ain't never really won nothing, but this truck works good on hard tires. Just waiting. He did. He whooped everybody's butt on hard tires. So he did pretty good. And then Saturday, we went into small tire. So we also allowed double entering on Saturday. We had a small tire and we had modified street. So we had 39 cars end up showing up. for small tire out of 64. We had a cap on it at 64, but we guaranteed $20,000 payout. So, but we had 39 in that, and then we had 29 in the mod street, which was more for your full interior street cars, all steel, all glass. Ended up having 29 in that, and everybody ran good and had a great time. Everybody enjoyed their payday.
And then your winner.
Yeah, there's our winner. There's Robert. I think he's in the boot. He's in the somewhere.
There's Mr. Robert.
There's Daddy.
And there's Mr. Jarrett.
There's Jarrett.
Hey, Clint.
What's up, buddy?
Oh.
Yeah, them two, they came out victorious in the end. It was a battle all the way through. We had a bunch of early round tough runs. I want to say that I think Jarrett ran Billy Goat like third round or fourth round and beat him.
Second round.
Second round it was?
Yeah, second round.
Okay, Jarrett ran him second round. It was so much I couldn't remember all of it. He ran him second round. I know Robert ended up having to run KC Max. I'm pretty sure that was third or fourth round. He ran him. There was a lot of heavy hitters racing early on.
Yeah. So how did the surface go up there? Did it ever come around, or did it?
I wasn't racing on it, so I can't tell you 100%.
Robert or Jared, was y'all making some killer passes?
The surface really didn't come around as fast as I thought it would. I think with more races there, more time, I think it will come around. But honestly, first round, I kind of misjudged it and kind of got a handle on it, which I was glad because having to run Billy Goat second round, I thought I was going to have to run him first round. I was kind of worried. But he got the bye first round to second round, so I ran him. But yeah, looking at the surface, honestly, it was a good tight asphalt. Like it wasn't real coarse. I expect when I rolled in Friday night, I honestly thought by the end of Big Tire Friday night, it was going to have a pretty decent surface for us to start with small tire. And that really wasn't the case. It really never came around as good as I thought it would. It wasn't far off by the end. I think if we'd have had all 64 cars by the end, it would have been about where I thought it was going to be anyway. But I think with more time, if he does more races there, I mean, it'll definitely come around.
Yeah. And the old chicken hawk just steadily chopping off heads, huh?
Well, for me, I made it there Saturday, so I didn't get to do anything on Friday night, and there was already a lot of glue down. So my tune-up stayed the same way. I didn't really change anything, but the road was real good for me. I couldn't turn the tires over, so that's great. I just concentrated on keeping the nose down. That's all I was trying to do.
Was it trying to wheelie on you?
Yeah, it was carrying the tires just barely. So Alicia was maintaining it. So she did pretty good on that. She was just giving it enough just to keep them in there a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, was it the lanes equal, or could y'all tell the difference between lanes?
Both lanes did the same thing for me.
Me and Clint talked yesterday, and like I told him, I feel like the right lane was maybe a little better than the left. The left had a little dip, like 80, 100 foot out maybe, that I felt like it was right around where my gear shift is in the high gear. So that could have been a lot of what was doing it, but there was a few times that it kind of got a little wheel speed out there. But all in all, on the start line wise, I think they were real close. It wasn't enough to like worry too much about a tune up in each lane or anything like that. It was just kind of the left lane didn't seem to have as much rubber down for like the first 10 foot or so. But I don't think it was like a night and day difference or anything.
Nobody doing good burnouts, I guess, in the left lane.
I don't know. Even Friday night with the Big Tire stuff, it was like there was like, I don't know if it was just pulling it back up or what, but it was kind of behind from Friday night. So I don't know if it was just the consistency of the asphalt or what.
Well, it was a little hard to lay a lot of rubber down because we made the rule early on going into it that you couldn't burn out past the starting line. Your back tire could not be under power when they crossed the starting line. And we did that on purpose to try and keep the surface a little more bare. Because you know as well as I do, there's some guys that'll hold the brake and slow roll them all the way out 60, 70 foot to create their own spot, good traction. And we didn't want that. We want to try and keep as much off of it.
Yeah. Robert, they want to know if the chicken hawk is a 4-link.
It is a 4-link, sir.
It is a 4-link. You hearing that, Ruthless?
He finally took the plunge and got away from that IRS. Boy, he whooped a whole bunch of ass on that IRS, I can tell you.
I know. I remember when he told me it was, what did you tell me, Robert? It was a 1/4 inch off?
It was a 1/4 inch off. I couldn't, as a matter of fact, me and Bradshaw, we went in the quarterfinals, I think it was, at Digger Die. Was it, Bradshaw?
Yeah, quarterfinals, I think.
So the car left really good, and we were side by side. Then I shot a right, and I straightened it and grabbed everything again, and I was still close to Bradshaw, and it shot a left, and that's when I let it go. That was a 1/4 inch off that night, and it got a little crazy to drive, so I let off of it, and made one more race like that, and tried to make more adjustments, and didn't know that the rear, we put it on a laser machine, and it fixed it. But yeah, that was a 1/4 inch off that time. It was crazy.
It's amazing how much just a little bit can go a long ways, huh?
Yeah. I have a question. Whose car is faster, if you don't mind me asking, Jared? Is it yours or Patch's?
It depends. Yeah, you ain't drawing it.
Answer that if you don't want.
It depends on the day.
I hope you guys.
Robert, I told you it was a coin toss.
So I'm gonna be honest. Until we just recently changed the setup on Patches, that car we probably had. I mean, there were small changes, but we had 3.5 years of data on that car. So there wasn't a surface, a track. I mean, we just know what the car will do. And when I started driving the car I have now and I ended up buying, I set that car up the same way we had set Patches up. Right. And I mean, they're the same car basically. And they were never the same. So it took me, I mean, honestly, it took me a year and a half of just getting data, figuring out what this specific car liked and to get it. But, now any given day, it's kind of a toss up. Usually when we race, it comes down to who trees who. Right. For the most part, they're just so close. It's hard to say. It just depends on the day, the race. I mean, the surface. It could go either way.
Yeah, they're definitely one of the top 5. Both of those.
I appreciate it.
Very consistent cars.
Yeah, we've put in a ton of work. And we're lucky because we have a little local airport that we can go test at. So I know a lot of guys, they have to go out on the street or whatever, or wait for races to be able to test. And we've been able to go. We can load up in the afternoon after work and go make 5 or 6 test hits and not have to worry about cops or anything like that. So we've been real fortunate to have that as a part of our program. And it's helped a lot. It goes a long way just to be able to test and make changes and kind of get consistent data.
Drop me that pen after we hang up on here.
Hey, I like you a little more after putting on a good race, but I don't like you that much yet.
Oh boy.
Limpy, where you been? What you been doing?
Been doing a lot of traveling.
Okay.
Been going up north. I got a vacation this weekend, so me and Mama's we're going to do a vacation, and then I'm gone for like a month and a half up north, and I think north. I'm trying to think in my head, but yeah, it's a lot of north stuff right now. Be in Milwaukee, Oklahoma, Milwaukee, Kentucky, and then Ohio. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on up there.
I think Jared, me and Jared might meet up in the finals this weekend also. I think we're going to the same race, ain't we?
I don't know. We really haven't made our mind up where we're going. Where are you heading?
Where's the?
I wouldn't mind getting some revenge on that red light I gave you.
I guess Fayetteville's about.
Well, we're tossed up between Fayetteville and English Mountain. I mean, I always try to support Zenford and them with their races and Eric with the Digger Die crew, but I haven't seen a lot of talk about it, and I'm not sure that the turnout's going to be the best. English Mountain, they're about the same distance from me. English Mountain in Tennessee, and then Fayetteville. So we're kind of tossed up where we're going to head.
English Mountain from the backside, of course, right?
No, it's front side, but it's like that track is like it's a rough.
It's basically backside.
Wall. Yeah, it's backside from the front side. I mean, it's the surface gets good, but it's so rough you can't go that fast.
Oh.
So it's a pretty cool little track. It's always entertaining going there because we get localed a lot. The last race I went there, I won and literally had to run every round over. Just issues with the light and people not building boost and saying they wasn't ready and finish line calls being close. I mean, it was one thing after another.
Wow.
It was like a 12, 14 car race, and I literally I had to run every round over. So.
Damn, she said that, huh?
She ain't lying.
I was wondering why Clint was laying in the bed. Like I didn't know what kind of live I was getting on here.
I was like, when he showed up, I was like,
that'll be special for you later there, big boy.
And no, I'm not subscribing to the OnlyFans, I promise.
No, it's for only fatties. It's different.
How come I haven't heard about this?
Hey, you can come join the party.
I'm out, man. I'm out.
Hey, what do you guys think about this deal at KD with that dude crashing and stuff?
Man, we got in it last night on Josh's live feed. Man, there's a time and place for that. After the fact, you would want to do whatever you want to do. That's fine, but man, you can't even have one beer.
Yeah,
you just can't do it. It's just that's.
So was it confirmed that the guy was actually drunk? I haven't really paid much attention to it. I'd seen where he said he took 3 breathalyzers and passed them all and all that stuff. But
but they supposedly he took a breathalyzer and one girl that was hammer drunk blew some obscene number, and then she blew again and it blew 000.
Oh God.
So yeah. I mean, it don't matter if he was drunk or not. He admitted to having a beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean that's just it right there.
It's definitely uncalled for.
And I mean, I have like Happy saying, I have zero tolerance for that stuff, man. I mean, there's a time and place for that. After the fact, you're grown. You can do whatever you want, but you can't put the fans' life at stake. You can't put the other guys' life at stake, and plus whoever else is out there. That's just uncalled for. It's just idiotic.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I would stop anyone at my event. It's just hard you can't police everyone. You can't stop. I mean, I was at an event probably less than a year ago, and the guy that was there, a good friend of mine, he didn't know it was a buyback event. He didn't know you could buy around, and his car fumbled or whatever, so he lost. He goes over and he says he smokes a joint. And then everybody's telling him, well, get back into class. And he's like, no, I ain't getting back in. Well, he did, but I had to drive the car the rest of the race. Because he said, man, I ain't taking no chance on no substance. Am I going down this track? And I respected him for that. And I just wish everyone else would have the same respect. But I don't know anything about that situation up there at KD. I don't know if that guy was drinking or not. I ain't his judge. I ain't God. But, at the end of the day, he needs to think about everyone around him, and everyone else does. Now I ain't saying be a tattletale or be this and that, but I can assure you, if I'm at any race and I see a guy that's drinking and he's getting in the car, I'm going to do everything in my power to stop him. Now, people can say what they want about me, but all I'm trying to do is protect everyone else.
Exactly. I mean, whether he was drunk or not, the fact that he said he was drinking, and then he gets in the car.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't care if you were drinking 3 or 4 hours before. It don't matter.
Right.
You know. And as you can see, I don't know if y'all seen the videos or whatever. He never let off the gas, even when he was spinning. That just shows he had no concept of what was going on.
Yeah, from what I can tell, the guy kind of seems like a jackass anyway. So.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's hard enough to race the no prep stuff and be totally aware and shit happen and
Yeah,
be drinking. Wow.
Yeah. So when you gonna do another one, Clint?
Well, I can't release a date yet. It's not 100% confirmed. I can say that when it was up Saturday night, every person that was at the track, personnel wise, and most of the people make the call said, "Listen, when you want to do it, 1 month, 2 months, 3 months," they were all on board. And they were really gung ho to get another one. We're looking at the schedule. I'm hoping for mid-September. That's what we're looking at now. I'm trying to get away from else's big races. I can't give out a confirmation on it until they say go.
Yeah, and you don't want to burn it to the ground too.
Yeah. I'm thinking 3. If we can get on board and run 3 there a year, I think we'll be great. And don't oversaturate it. Don't do too much. It'll give enough time. The surface don't turn into a racetrack. And good time. And I'm gonna be honest, it's hard to guarantee 20,000 every time. I can't do that every 2 months. That's gonna get kind of tough.
Yeah.
So,
And plus, I know in this day and age, I know everybody wants guaranteed money or whatever, but man, it's tough. It's tough with the way fuel is and car count and this and that and the other and spectators showing up. I mean, it's a coin toss, and some people are gamblers and some aren't. I ain't no fucking gambler. I'll tell you right now, I ain't no fucking gambler.
I took the gamble. I knew what I was getting into, but I also know that it's a great facility. Part of the requirement to hold an event at that facility is if you're going to have a pot, it's better guaranteed. Now I could have very said, okay, I'm only going to guarantee 10,000. I could have said that, but I felt that we were going to get 64, and I still feel that we would have been very close to that number if the weather had a hold off. But even Jarrett's what I think. How you 8 hours from us, Jarrett?
7. Yeah, over 7.
He messaged me the night before. He said, "Man, it's looking tomorrow. What's your?" I said, "The plan is we're gonna start early. We're gonna race. We're gonna dry the track. We're gonna keep racing." He says, "What about that payout?" I said, "The first round completes. If first round completes, we're gonna pay the 20." And we did. I mean, and now granted we did finish the whole race, but I'm gonna stick to my guns. Do what I say I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it again. The next race will be the same exact format. It's gonna be the same payout. I'm gonna run everything better. I don't think anyone was mad about the payouts at all. Where how many places do you go that you can pay $300, and if you win, you're guaranteed to get $14,000 cash. No 1099s, no questions, cash money.
Yeah.
And that was a little top heavy. We paid $14,000 the first. We paid $3,000 the second. We paid $900 the third and fourth, and then we paid $300 the fifth and eighth. So if you made it to the final and lost out, you at least got your entry fee back. I believe that people that go ways and race real hard deserve to get something back. And that's also why I run the ladder, where I don't have to worry about 3 people in the end fighting for all the money or anything. I run the ladder. There's no buys after the first round at all. Everyone's racing for their money. You got to win the race to get the money.
Yeah, I need to get with you on that, man. I'm a dummy when it comes to that stuff, so might have to learn how to do that.
Well, I mean, hey, everyone's different. I don't knock anything y'all do. I respect the chip draw every round. I do. I mean, I understand it. That's part of the street. Alicia don't like the ladder, but she'll get over it. the ladder got her first place, so she can buzz off.
The ladder was one good thing about the ladder is, like, with me and Charles going to these races, like, it worked out great. He drew a low number, I drew a high number, so if everything would have worked out good, we could not have ran each other until the finals. So you kind of, if you get by that first draw, you don't have to worry about drawing your teammate every round. So I think that's cool about the ladder. And also, I like chip draw. I would choose chip draw over a ladder, but the ladder's cool because you can. I watched my side of the ladder, and I could about tell you who I was going to end up racing.
Right.
I figured I would meet Todd Spears. I knew I was going to have Billy Goat no matter what. So Billy Goat, I knew I was going to have Todd Spears, and then I figured I was going to have Jake Boswell. So it's like you can kind of plan, and I don't know. Maybe y'all have it a lot easier than me, but I'm chasing numbers every round, trying to go faster and faster. So if I know who I'm having to get to, I have an idea of how fast I need to be by the time I get there. So it has a lot to do with the calls I make tuning wise and everything.
Yeah, and I think I'm going to adapt the way Jeff did his. Pretty much every driver has their own name on their chip, and then we have somebody else draw, and then at first chip is left lane, next chip's right lane, and that's first pair. And then after the round's over with, whoever won, you put their name back in the bag and you take whoever's name's out. You don't have to sell people ain't got to rearrange chips or change chips or whatever, and then that's it.
Yeah, and that's a good way to implement it, and kind of take away from the normal chip draw and just getting a number. The reason that I'm kind of a hard ass on the ladder is because you asked Jarrett and Robert right there how fast I ran through them cars on Saturday.
Yeah,
we were fighting rain. We knew it was coming. I was able to tell all of them, hey, when the last person goes down in 30 minutes, all y'all need to be ready and back up in these lanes. And I didn't have a problem out of anybody, really. I think the only person that said anything, and he didn't say anything negative, was Todd Spears, because I think he's got an all billet block and all this stuff, no water. And it was hard. But even then he said, hey, I ain't mad. You're running a clean event. It's fine. I'll keep up with the pace. Because we were pressing for weather. So we were just trying to get out of there. That's why I do that. Now I don't spend 2 hours rounding up everyone, drawing the chips, getting their name down, rewriting it all over again.
Yeah.
And 15, 20 minutes, once everybody gets up there to the lane, sending them down the track in their pairs and say, let's get it.
Yeah.
And then when we do our chip draw deal, there was a little confusion because I was, of course, running around like a chicken with my head cut off. So I might have said, I think I said odds was left and evens were right on the first chip draw, and I might have got it backwards or something. But after that, we were pretty even. We went down the bracket, and we rode on there every time. Left, right, left, right, left, right, or right, left. We just started at the bottom or started at the top, and I'd either start with left or I'd start with right, and it alternated every one. So if you knew, like, when Jarrett beat Billy Goat, he knew what lane he was running next round and who he was possibly going to run. He didn't have to guess. He didn't have to wait. He pulled his car back. He cooled it off. He put a tune in it, and then did what he was doing until next. And I think that makes it a lot easier on the racers. I think it makes it easier on the spectators because you don't have as much downtime. You're able to keep racing going better. Ultimately, none of us can do this too good without the spectators as far as promoting in. We need the spectators there, something to watch. So I just think it'll make it flow even better. And I feel that if I'd have had 64 cars, even 64 full to the brim, I would have ran the event in the same amount of time because everyone's lined up, ready to go, the same every round.
Yeah.
The only thing I will say about the bracket, I think, and this is kind of hindsight, I didn't really think about it then. I think it would be cool to have the finals flip for lanes because just to kind of change it up. And I don't know how it worked out. I'm not saying you guys did anything wrong, but in the semifinals, I was in the left lane. So in the finals, I was intending on being in the right, and that changed my tune-up a little bit. Not enough to obviously it wouldn't have made a difference because I'm a dummy and let go of the button too early. But I had a brain to finger fart. So, but I did. I was expecting to run right lane, and I didn't argue about it. I mentioned it to Robert, and he said, "Well, this is where we were told to go," and I said, well, "That's fine." And I think he even somebody offered to flip for it, but I was like, "Hey, we're here. If that's what the bracket said, that's what the bracket said." So
it was kind of a disadvantage to me as well because that was my first pass in the right lane.
Yeah,
I was running.
Well, see, you should have told me that. If you'd have said, "Hey, I like that left lane," I would give it to you for sure.
Well,
that was just a strategy to the race. That's all that was.
Other reason
I didn't care about the lanes and all that.
Yeah.
The other reason we did it the way we did it's like I said, the very first round I started off left, right, all the way down the board. And then the very next round I start off right, left. And then the next one we go left, right, and I just ride it in all the way down the board. The reason why is you asked in the very beginning of this, was it did it take a chance of one lane better? Because we all know, we've all been to a race where we knew a guy that's running 0.3 slower can beat us because they got the good lane and we got the bad lane. Well, if you go down to the coin toss, and let's say that, I'm running Ryan or something, or Jared or any of the fast guys, and I get to choose my lane, and I know that right lane's 0.3 faster than the left lane. What am I going to do? So I just did it predetermined lanes. There's no choice. There's no advantage. It's already picked. It's there. It's in stone before you ever even made it to that bracket or made it to that round. So you just got to tune to whatever lane you get and roll with it.
All right.
Yeah. What was you saying, Robert?
Me and Clint ran in from the backside at SGMP, I think it was. Remember?
Yep.
And I think third or fourth round, me and you paired up, and the left lane was like dangerous because it had that big dip in it.
Losing it.
It made my car shoot right or left every time I went down that lane. And you had that lane when we ran, and I think that's why I won that round.
I showed wheel
3/10 was on the right side.
I showed wheel speed 3 times in it down track past the 330. You'd hit it, and even with my Blazer at the time being as heavy as it would bounce the back tires off the ground.
Yeah.
The looks were so bad in it. You'd go through there, and if you're listening, you'd hear, yeah. It sounded like a motorcycle bouncing through there. And it's just dangerous. But
Billy Goat's back tires come off the ground when he made a pass on that left lane.
Yeah, Billy Goat went through there or whatever in that lane to run you in the finals and said he let out because it got bad.
And that was by luck on the lane, Again, I had I only had left lane one time. The rest was all on the right, and that's just by luck.
I'm not saying I do everything right. I know we have some things to improve on for the event that's going to be done a little different next time. I am pretty proud to say that whether I got along with everyone that was in the race or I didn't, I don't think there's a single racer at that event that could complain about anything. And I didn't hear any complaints if there is. And if there is, I've told everyone, tell me, let me know what I can do better, because that's all I want is to do better for the racers. But I feel personally that every racer that was there felt they were catered to, their needs were taken care of, and we did the best we could with what we had.
He's talking about me when he says not getting along with racers, by the way.
Well, you might. But no, and it's just the truth, Me and Jared, everyone knows me and Jared don't see eye to eye. But hey, I promoted this.
He's like 6 foot taller than you.
Yeah.
A lot prettier too.
We might not always see eye to eye. We might not always see eye to eye, but he knows that he watched at that event. Me and my staff and everyone that was there, we did everything we could to make it the best we could for the racers.
Yeah, I mean, I made a post on my Facebook and gave Clint credit. The race ran great, and a lot of times these no prep races, backside races, especially for some reason, can turn into an absolute cluster in a heartbeat. And there's very few people that I would speak for as far as running a really tight race. Corey Stamper's one of them. Corey's races are always ran great, good, time's great. He gets stuff done. There's not a lot of BS. And I'd add Clint to that list now. I mean, it was ran well. I think his name's Ray that was kind of working the staging lanes. He was great. I mean, he was on top of stuff. That man was running around like a chicken with his head cut off, just like Clint was. All in all, other than having a 3-mile drive back to the trailer after the pass, it was a great facility. I mean, it was an awesome race all in all. I wish more cars would have showed up and everything, but for us, it was a gamble. Limpy said something about not being a gambling man, but it was a gamble for us. We talked about going down there. We were looking at the rain all week, and it wasn't looking great. Times it would look better, times it would look worse. I told Charles, I'm like, he's guaranteeing $20,000. We can take this gamble. We might be out $1,000 in fuel or whatever, but we might go down there and race 10 cars for $20,000. And I'm glad there was more than that for Clint's sake. But we took a gamble and ended up only having to run 30 whatever cars for the $20,000 payout instead of 64. So that was great for us. Probably not as good for Clint's pocket, but I think on the next one he'll definitely. As long as the weather's good, I think the weather killed a lot of people.
Now I'm gonna tell you about 21% chance of weather. Y'all just gonna count for a reschedule. About 21%. I'm just gonna go on reschedule for the next one. No,
and also that's kind of I was like, man, I'm really surprised. Like about Wednesday, I was waiting on you to make a post and say, postponing it. But that's a gamble with promoting a race too. I'm not a promoter, never had any kind of promoting done, but I feel like that's a gamble for a promoter to reschedule a race because I feel like you have a lot of people drop out. So I think either way you're taking a big gamble, and all in all, to have that many cars that you still had, I feel like maybe spectators could have been better, but I mean, I think if you would have rescheduled, you'd have probably been in the same boat with car count. I don't know that you would have got the full 64 again.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a gamble, but like you say, it's six one way, half dozen the other. I canceled the race. Oh, he canceled the race. Well, you were on that track with me. You sat there and seen it didn't rain until 5:30.
Yeah.
Well, if y'all would have been watching the radar come, someone that would have been negative about it. Oh, Clint canceled the race. It don't even rain. Why did he cancel? We all made plans. And again, I live 20 minutes from there. So I know how it acts down there on the Georgia-Florida line. And it is weather does things there that I've never seen anywhere. And at that particular day in track, like I said, you were there, you seen left or right. We seen rain on both sides of us, but there wasn't no rain on top of us. So, I'm thankful for that we got to finish. Everybody raced good. We had one wreck that wasn't even a major wreck. He just kind of skimped up his truck a little bit, letting off on the top side. Maybe didn't have a tire or something on him when he let off at the strike. But all in all, everyone held it together, did what they were supposed to do. Nobody hit the wall. Nobody got hurt. And that's the blessing all in itself.
Yeah. Jarrett, do you got any sponsors or anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah. Race Tech Engines is local here in Denver, and I mean it's a small company. I was just talking to some guys about getting away from some of the bigger engine builders, and like this guy's built dirt track motors and boat motors his whole life, and a few drag motors here and there. And then we started doing the LS Renegade stuff with my brother's car probably 8 years ago, where we had to run stock bottom end stuff. We could freshen it up or whatever. So we started using him for that. And since then he's done every motor we've built. He gets stuff done for us quick and always takes care of us when we need it. outside of that, skinnies, sauce, those guys always take care of us, and we never have a problem. We're usually 60 footing with the best of them. After works, forced inductions, all these companies, they don't give us nothing, but they help us out. I just ordered a turbo from Forced Inductions today, and she's going to get it to me a lot faster than normal. Just little stuff like that goes a long way when you're trying to keep a car going and a whole program going. But that's about it. The guys that help us, my dad, he's at every race. I probably couldn't pay him to stay away from a race. Had scheduled a hip surgery basically around where there wasn't racing so he could get it done and get back. Outside of that, just all the guys that come and help, brother-in-law and buddy Matt, and it takes a whole team, and I see a lot of people like this weekend. It was me, Charles, and my dad, and we actually had to get Jake Boswell's girlfriend Nikki to back us in a couple of times, and it's like, man, you take for granted when you have a team of people there that you can trust. You don't have to worry if they're getting you in the groove and stuff. But yeah, those companies, Brian Pickett, Advanced Racing Transmissions, he came on with us about midway through last season, started doing our transmissions. The man will literally drive to my shop and pick up a transmission right now if I called him, and have it done tomorrow morning if I needed it. Guys like that is who we deal a lot with, but that's I think that's about most of them. If I forgot anybody, I apologize.
All right, Robert.
Comp Cams, Robert Fraun from Comp Cams helps us out a lot. Just like Jared was saying, they don't, 100%, but they do take care of you. John Townsend for the fab work, Joey Stokes for the fab work, Brian Griffin, more fab work. My electrician or electrical guy, Will Smith, Will Carver.
Will Smith.
Will Smith. Chris Starnes for the cylinder head work. That's where the power comes from. Who else do you think? Ed Rice, who's done the suspension in the car. That's Ed the man. The reason the car leaves the way it does, and that's the biggest thing with these races is you got to make it work off the line. Your 330 is the job.
Dennis, Ruben, they help us a lot.
Dennis King, Ruben Performance. Ruben's been a lot of help. That's about it.
Yeah,
and whoever I forgot, I apologize. I wasn't ready for that. I didn't
Alicia.
I'm right here. Hi.
No, we're not thankful for Alicia. She's mean.
No, whatever.
And thanks to Alicia Keith. She does a great job.
Thanks to all our friends who come and help us as well and back us up and help us too.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Clint, you got any sponsors or people that helped out with the event?
Yeah, we had Rocket Glue. They came on. They're a great prep company. I'm a dealer for them. Mr. Seth and them, they're awesome. We had Billy at Gears Unlimited. He builds carbon fiber drive shafts and stuff. He's local to Kansas City. He's up and it's real close to Kansas City. So if y'all ever need a drive shaft, anything like that, they have a great turnaround time. Their carbon shafts are second to none. They do awesome. We have them in all of our vehicles and stuff, and reasonable turnaround rate. I mean, I've called the guy. We had a rear break, lower stuff come apart, and I called Billy on Monday and like, man, my rear end broke. It snapped your drive shaft. I mean, obviously, carbon's going to snap when a rear end folds up under a car. And he says, no problem. On Wednesday, I had a carbon shaft sitting in my door, and I really appreciate it. And they came on and they sponsored us. They helped us out. We had lights and stuff from Ag Pro over in Equipment, a local rental company. It's a John Deere place. And he helped us with that, get all that there for us, and lights and a gator to ride around on and stuff. So all of them are real awesome. And, just SGMP itself, just for allowing us to put on an event there. No one else has been able to run from the backside there. I'm lucky enough. Ray Williams, a very good friend of mine, father figure of mine. He was able to get us in there, my partner in the race. he was awesome. He got us in there, and I really appreciate just everyone that showed up and helped in general. A lot of my team in camp that I raced with showed up to help. I had a Linwood Hamilton and a couple of others on the finish line. They didn't ask for no money. They didn't ask for nothing. They said, man, Clint, we know you putting the race on. We're here to help. You know, and I really appreciate that from everybody.
Good deal.
Can I take a second and just say something, Limpy?
Sure.
I want to thank you and Sam and School Media and KW and all of you girls that come out and take pictures and all of you promoters that put on the race, because you guys get our names out there. You guys make the spectators come see us. You guys give us something to look at and something to enjoy years down the road. It makes it so cool, and I appreciate all of you guys for it, and I want to thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right. Well, I could say congrats on your win, Jarrett, but you hit the button too early.
Oh,
Or let go of the button too early. But Robert, congrats on your win.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
And Jarrett, at least you didn't go home empty-handed.
Hey, at least I was there.
I would have probably.
We had a good split, and it was actually better than I proposed. So I'm not mad at that at all.
I would have probably red lit as well, but I don't have it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that. I was like, I think I was just watching the light too hard. I've done that one other time that I can think about, and it's like one of those things where you're on the button and you're really wanting to be on the light, because I mean, I know Chicken Hawk is going to 60 foot. If nothing else, that car is going to 60 foot hard. It's going to run, the front side hard. And I didn't want to give anything up, so I wanted to try to be on the light. And I never want to guess the light. I just think I feel like for the most part, I'm usually too competitive to need to guess the light, but I wanted to be on the light, and I was watching, and it was like my finger came off the button, and then my brain said, let go of the button. And it's like, oh shit, I've already let go of the button. Do I push it back? What do I do? And then, it was over with by then. And going down the track, I was like, man, it's going to be close. And, me and him were a really close race. I think he made up a lot of ground on me. Like, I don't know if he slept on the light or if I left that early, but I feel like I was out on him a good ways, and he made it back up to around my door or whatever. And I think in high gear, I kind of put a little bit of space back on him. But the whole time I'm thinking, oh, this is for nothing, because I'm pretty sure I red lit. So, and coming back down the track, I'm like, I see him, everybody's looking at the camera, and I'm like, God, but it made Clint's day to see me lose. So that was worth it too. Y'all go watch the live and watch him get excited. So
well, now Jarrett, you have to understand, it ain't nothing against you personally, but Robert's daddy.
I know.
So
hey,
me and Robert have been battling for years, and I ain't hating on you. But, I'm 16 hours from home right now. I'm 16 from you, and I'm 16 plus from Robert. And if I called each one of you and said, man, I'm busted and broke down in Kansas City, which one's going to show up? Well, I think my daddy's going to come get me.
Oh, so, hey, I'm not knocking you one bit.
All right, I'm back. My internet, my power just went out for a second.
We don't like you anyway. You'll be all right.
We got a storm blowing through right now, and I was like, oh. Oh, but what I missed?
They were kissing and making up or something.
No, I was just talking shit to Clint, because he got super excited when they seen the tire crack in the finals. So I think
how bad was it?
I think he almost did a backflip on the starting line when he realized I lost.
Oh, it wasn't bad.
How bad was it? How bad of a jump was it?
1 frame, 2 frames.
Maybe 2 frames. Maybe 2. You could, when it got slowed down, it was really tough, and we implemented a new rule. We implemented no, I did not.
Look at me, I'm your daddy now.
I believe it.
We implemented a rule at the track this time, because I think it's a lot of stress on a flagger. And Limpy, I know you've been in this situation where everyone looks at you and says, you got to make the call. No one else. you and you alone is going to make this call whether someone jumped or someone didn't. And that's a lot, because if they think you're buddies with one guy or they think you're not with another, it can become a problem, you know.
Yeah, but me being me is everybody knows that I'm going to call it straight up.
Oh,
and,
I know you.
And believe it or not, I'm going to show the person.
I know you
what
are
I'm looking at.
individual, but you know, for the most part, there can be problems. So what we did is myself, Mr. Ray, and I know a lot of y'all don't know him, but he's about as straight up as they come. He calls it by the book, how he sees it, no matter what. And then Zemford, he's with the Digger Die crew. He come down to flag the race for us. And we just said that all three of us would look at it and we'd vote on which way we thought it went. And we all three looked at the video, and you could barely see a wrinkle in it 1 frame or 2 frames away. The next 1 frame away from his light was an obvious wrinkle, and then the next frame the light's on. So he didn't have a brain fart by too much. It was definitely not by too much at all, but it was 1 frame, and you know, ultimately that cost him. I would be willing to bet that if he'd have been on the racetrack, any racetrack in the country, he'd have never red lit.
Yeah.
But you know, ultimately we go off a tire crack and a flashlight, and it cost him.
Yeah. Did y'all have this flagger here?
No, we ain't have that. We need one like him though.
God dang. No, you don't. No, you don't. God dang. Man.
I mean, well, we didn't get the iron statue. I mean, you stand there like you're a statue.
Well, I'm supposed to. I don't do this ballerina stuff, running back. You know, you're basically a tree out there. You're basically a tree. And I go back far enough where I can see both guys, and when I can see both guys' face shield to their helmets, I know I'm in the right spot.
I hear you.
I don't need to run back and then have somebody, when I'm running back, hitting the light, then one guy's out of the frame where he can't see, so then he's having to eyeball it. So, plus, you know, 2, 3, 4 years ago, I busted my ass, so I quit running back. I learned a lesson.
Hey man, and you a lot of light. The only thing we run to is the buffet.
That's fact. That's fact. Well, all right. Well, congrats on your win, Robert.
Thank you,
Jarrett.
Appreciate it.
Almost.
So close.
So close.
He owed me one from Digger Die. So.
Wow.
Got
going there.
You know.
Hey, you beat me twice.
Yeah.
It was Mississippi. No, what was it?
I don't know where we were.
We're that Corvette. When you enter the racetrack, there's a Corvette on the pole.
Shady Side.
Yeah.
No, that's not Shady Side.
No.
You beat me, I think, 3rd round over there. You just ran away
No, it
from
was
me.
first round. We lost. We went back to Orlando and won Orlando.
Oh, that's right. It was 1st round, and I had the Independent still in the car. You just left me sitting there, and the next day I won $10,000 in Orlando.
Yeah, I remember that.
All night. We said we'll go to another race.
Yeah. Well, it was a pleasure. It was a pleasure losing to you this time. You guys are always great to race with. So
I'm glad we can see eye to eye now, even though you're way taller.
It's a Wilkesboro.
You're good people, brother. You're good people.
Appreciate you guys too.
All right. Well,
Thank you.
We'll see y'all. Here
Hey,
pretty soon.
Before we go, hey Clint, delete my number out of your phone, by the way.
Dang. Dang, man, that's rough.
Wow.
I'm just messing with you,
Robert. You know, I think we're going where you don't have to worry about getting beat on home turf. We just gonna have to not let him enter the next race, because he waited till I only had 2 or 3 spots left in that race, and all of a sudden my cash app dinged. So this time we might just be full, huh? What you think?
I did that on purpose. You know, I intentionally didn't lock in, and you know, I told you when you asked me why I hadn't locked in, it's because I didn't like you.
Hey, listen. Hey, man, I have no problem with that, because you know how many people out there don't have the balls to say that?
Yeah, and
I give you credit when credit's due.
Yeah, like I told you on the phone, it ain't nothing personal. I think we just butt heads a lot because, you know, we're kind of on the opposite ends of racing, you know, so we're competitive and, you know, we butted heads. You know, I'm not going to kiss your ass too much on here, but you did all right promoting the race.
I ain't got no ass to kiss. You kiss my belly. Just not I ain't got no ass.
Wow.
You did. You did get a little excited when I put my arm around you, though, in that picture.
Yeah, but you didn't let them get a picture.
Hell no, I didn't.
Damn, see, that's what we needed, Limpy. We'd have broke the internet. Jarrett's big arm around me in the picture, we'd have broke the internet, but he wouldn't do it.
Damn. I feel a match coming on here pretty soon. Like
I ain't got no car, so there can't be no match.
Love match here going on. They're gonna be best buddies for the end of the week. You have to watch.
Oh goodness. I'm gonna send him a good morning text in the morning. Y'all watch.
I give his new car the first ass cutting on the highway. I promise you that.
Oh
yeah. I don't blame you. I would too.
He wanted me to jump through hoops to run that Blazer. He wanted me to come to him, bring him dinner, everything else. We never could get a race.
Wow.
Yeah, I wish we would on a completely virgin road, but it just never happened.
Nah.
I think I'd have been able. If I'd ate enough Wheaties, I'd have had a chance.
Honestly,
I whooped Daddy Robert over there on a virgin surface one time, so if I could do that, anything can happen.
We just keep letting Charles outrun you though, so I never really needed to.
Hey, he has. I get it. Boy, that's my kryptonite there. He's got me every time. So he got me by an inch, and then he got me by about a car and a half. So he's done pretty good.
Yeah.
Damn it. All right. Well, appreciate it, and congrats on your win, Robert and Jarrett.
Do better.
See y'all soon.
Clint, excellent job.
I appreciate it, buddy. Appreciate you having us on here.
All right. Y'all have a good one.
You too, buddy.
Later.
Bye-bye.
All right. There we go. All right. Did I send that? There, I sent it. All right. First of all, we went live this weekend in the Park After Dark in Wichita Falls. Our sponsors was 209gallery.com, chainprotect.com, and On Tilt Racing Productions. They're on Facebook and YouTube. They got their own channel. But Mr. Adam Plunkett, y'all know Adam Plunkett. Y'all don't know Adam Plunkett. He won this weekend, small tire there at Twin Cities. And Mr. Kenny Spears up there did a race up there in Kansas City. And old Beaterbomb won. Go figure. Beaterbomb and the Salty Cobalt got second place. Congrats on them. And where are we at? Autofocus DFW killing it with the shots here. Oh, and your True Street winner right there, Mr. Cody Hoffman. Your winner in small truck and small tire, Mr. Kyle Buckmaster. There you go, right there. That's we'll get him that here in a little bit. Your big truck winner, we'd have him on here in a minute. And Laney with the hard tire win. And then also, we'll wait for that. We'll wait for all that good stuff. Maybe I read slow. We make them comments down fast. I'm just saying. Okay. Here, we'll let you read your comment for a second. I'm a slow reader too. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a slow reader. Yeah, that was a Crown bottle. It had where'd it go? Twin Cities small tire winner. That's what it says. Wish I could zoom in on it, but I can't. I wonder if they drank that night. I wonder if Adam them, they wild bunch. The BSM guys, they're wild. They wild out there. All right, we'll see if old Buck Nasty, because he did something funny this past weekend. I don't know if y'all see. It was a little bit funnier than that, to be honest with you. I ain't gonna lie. It was a lot funnier than that. I don't know if y'all seen it on my Facebook or whatever, but man, this is priceless right here. Priceless. Priceless. Oh man, I don't know. Y'all see me in the background. I almost lost my shit. I was laughing so hard. Man, that was. If he could have just died right there, I'd have been that would have been the whole weekend right there. Couldn't happen to a better guy. Love you, Scott. Just saying. Oh boy, what's going on, Mr. Buck Nasty?
Not much. What are you doing?
You know, living the dream and yeah.
Watching the video.
Got him
Yes.
in the face. In
Dude,
the face.
everybody thought that was staged, and it was funny because I had no idea that was going on. I was like looking at the gauge, just making sure everything was where it needed to be, and I was just really focused because I knew Welly was fast, and I wanted to make sure everything was just right. And I look over, and Scott's shooting the finger at me in my face. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Where's this coming from? And then later on, my wife goes, you just shot him in the face with nitrous. I was like, what? And I watched the video, dude. I've watched that thing so many times. I probably went through a full battery on my phone watching this stupid thing. I laughed so hard. And then I never noticed you in the background laughing. Holy cow. And then when I saw you in the background laughing, it was like even worse. So I was like, oh my gosh, this is hilarious. I haven't laughed so hard in a long time watching that stuff.
Man, it was perfect because when you sent it to me and I edited it, I put it in slow mo, and it was like just perfect, just right in the face, like just
yeah.
Damn.
Oh yeah, I couldn't have shot him any better if I wanted to. Yeah, it was definitely crazy.
Wow, man. So you ended up doing a double this weekend.
Yeah, I double duty this weekend for sure, and it played a toll on me at the end of the night, but it worked out. So, yeah, I like that picture. I hadn't had one of those in a while. It's kind of nice.
And you got both of them in there.
Yeah, it was definitely pretty cool. It was a fun time. If the wind wasn't so bad and it wasn't so cold, it'd have been a perfect night. But for those, it was freezing. It was a rough one on trying to stay warm.
It was funny because when we were on our way up there, I asked Heath because he rode with us, and I said, we always wear like regular shirts, and we call them pre-games.
Mm-hmm.
We usually go eat before we go in case something falls on our shirts. We got game shirts. And I said, you bring clothes? He goes, yeah, I brought another pair of shorts and another shirt. And I was like, you didn't bring a hoodie? No. I said, you bring pants? He goes, no. I said, it's supposed to be cold as balls tonight. And he's like, it's May. Texas.
That's exactly my thought whenever it started. I was like, this is May. What the hell was going on here?
Yeah. And literally when we left our house, it was like 97 degrees when we left Fort Worth. And then it just started just slowly getting downhill the further north we went.
Yeah, it was.
And that wind was killer. It seemed like it kind of died down there for a little bit, but then it kind of picked back up as the night progressed.
Yeah, it did. It chilled for a little bit, and then, like I said, it got pretty bad. I was like, golly. Just when I was thinking it was going to be a calm now, it just picked back up. But we made it, and we made it through the whole night, which was nice. But it was definitely not as enjoyable as I would like it to have been as far as weather.
Yeah, and I can't remember if it was you or somebody else I seen, but you had pulled the chute. I think it was you, and you were in, I think, the left lane, and your chute was in the right lane.
Yeah. I was debating whether I even wanted to pull the chute or not because of the wind and stuff, but it was helping me. So I was like, well, maybe I just need to. I was trying to be careful, not get it tangled up on anything. But man, I don't know if you heard about the announcement of don't pull chutes or don't drag them through the pits.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you've been down there at the end of the track. Our return road's kind of narrow, and on both ends it kind of has a pretty good drop off. So I was like, well, I'll just kind of slowly go down the return road, and then when I get to where it opens up, I'll pull off to the side and I'll throw it in my trailer or throw it in my car, and then I'll go on my way. Well, I didn't even make it. Just as I made it to the open, my chute hooked onto a car, and it put me to a meat halt. Like I slammed with. If I wouldn't have had my racing, my seatbelt still on, I'd probably been into the windshield of my car. But it stopped me right then and there, and I was like, "What the hell?" And I look back, and I look over, open my door, and I'm hooked onto somebody's car, and I moved this truck 3 feet. I was like, "Oh shit, here we freaking go! This is the way."
Yeah, he hollered at me from the big end. He's like, "Man, these guys need to once they get off the track, just get out and pull their chutes."
I was trying. I was doing that. It seems like you can't go around. That's the only problem is if we do that and we get out and do that, the cars, there's no way for them to go around us. So that's what I did. But I started doing it anyways because I don't want to repeat that issue again. That was a bad deal. Yeah. Luckily, it didn't do nothing to the guy's truck, but Jesus, it scared the shit out of me. I'm gonna have to get a new parachute. So that's all right though. I've been needing one anyways.
Maybe some new britches.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
So how much? I know you got your car and you still drive the Love, but is there much difference in the vehicles driving wise?
Yes, one I fit in and one I don't.
You don't. You've had the Love. You've driven the Love forever, so I'm sure you fit in that thing pretty well.
I wouldn't say that. I just compromise, but the Love truck is definitely something I've drove for a long time, and I've definitely made it work and got comfortable in it and done really well in it. But once Greg ended up selling it, I had the option to either buy the truck or buy something else. And my friend Tony Newsom had that Mustang for sale, and he presented it to me. And man, putting them side by side, the Love definitely had a name and did really well, but the Mustang was definitely a more competitive car. I mean, it's got a nice power plant, and the chassis is a lot nicer, and it's just an updated car versus what the Love was. And so I just opted to go with the Mustang instead. But it just worked out, man. And then shortly about I don't know, it's probably been a year since when the Love sold and all that went down. The guy who bought it, Dave Sham, he's from California. He bought it, and I guess from what he said, he took it to California, and there just wasn't much action over there as far as there wasn't many people who could tune on it with the Holly and stuff like that. And so Brandon and Tiana convinced him to just ship it back to Dallas, and it was right before Yellow Belly's big event, and they hit me up and said, "Hey, we know you know the truck better than anybody. Would you be willing to come tune?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem. I'll come." And I think they were going to have Tiana drive it. I think that was their plan. And then since Tiana hadn't had much seat time, they just asked me to drive it, and I told me that wouldn't be a problem. I'd be glad to, and jumped right in and didn't miss a beat. And then so he asked me to take the truck back with me, and we did some updates to it and kind of changed some things. And it's now I think he's going to eventually end up driving it. I think that's the plan. But right now he just has me driving it until we can get him comfortable in it and kind of hand over the reins to him and let him have at it. But yeah, it's been fun. I mean, I enjoy driving the truck. It's definitely, the only thing is you don't know what it's going to do every time. When I let go of the button, I mean, it's, I don't know where I don't know what it's going to do. It's just a guess. And I mean, I'm ready to hold on. I mean, it's just, here we go. But the Mustang, it's a good, I mean, it's got a lot of power. I don't have to beat on it. I didn't change the plugs one time the whole weekend. It was just, I mean, it's just an easy vehicle to drive, and it works really well for the most part. I mean, I want to eventually do some other stuff with it, maybe put some 29.5s on it and see if I can do some other activities with it. But I just haven't had time to test and see how it's going to do. And I don't want to go out there and just donate money. So of course I haven't really entered anything yet, but yeah, it's a fun car. I fit in it really well. I don't have to have my knees around my ears. It works really well. So I enjoy it, and it's really fast for the most part.
Yeah. Waylon, street activities. Waylon, he done wore your ass all weekend up there. So I don't know.
I eventually, I want to get out there and play on them, do them activities. But I just gotta. It's just the only thing bad is in Wichita Falls. They just you do any kind of crazy activities like that around here, you're they're gonna set an example out of you. So you kind of I'd like to go somewhere where I can at least get some testing done and they ain't gonna bother me. And my car's not the quietest, so it's pretty hard to. You're gonna probably get one hint hitting, and then you better get out of there. So, but I do. I miss it, man. I miss that atmosphere. It's fun. It's definitely makes it enjoyable, and it's keeps your adrenaline going the whole night.
Stop.
I can't say it. Yeah, 29.5 is definitely it's a larger tire. I'm hoping I don't have to move some material around on the car to make it fit.
It's a medium tire.
That it is medium. but in the Love we ran 28s forever. I mean, that's all we ever ran, and we were really competitive even on a 28 versus some of these 29.5s cars. But I will say, when you get into the asphalt world, and some of these roads that are just the asphalt's terrible, I feel like the 29.5s definitely have an advantage over a 28, and I feel like it does need to be used, but someday we'll see. I don't know. I need to find some time to actually put the tire on, go try it out, and see what it does, and go from there.
Well, you won a race this weekend. The small tire was 29.5.
I know, but
and you was on a 28.
You're right. It was.
You hear that, people? You hear that? 28 won, 29.5 class.
It was, yeah. I don't know how I would have done on asphalt, but yeah, it was. That track was tricky though. I'm gonna tell you that it was. I was with the wind and the cold air, and dirt always getting on the track. It was. I'm not gonna say I wasn't a little nervous every pass, because you just didn't know what condition the track was going to be every time we went down with the wind blowing like it was. But either way, it was fun. I mean, in the truck, like I said, the car worked good. The truck worked good for the most part. The last race in the finals with the truck, it went hard left on me, and I tried to correct it. And I mean, I was able to keep it, off the cones and off the rails, but it was definitely a handful that last pass. So, but yeah.
Was it loose up top, or was it because of the was it the wind? Because I seen when it wasn't really much, the wind wasn't blowing that much. I seen a bunch of guys that were skating up top.
It was just loose. I think it was just dirty. I mean, that's the thing. It was just dirty, because I'd get about half track, and that's when I was really having to drive it and do all kinds of crazy. I mean, it took me a little bit. What did he say?
He said, "Isn't that the love I will drive?"
Oh, here we go. I'll never. Aaron always likes to throw a little jab in there. I'm sorry. I'm not an all drive fan. I feel like they have their place, and I don't feel like it belongs in small tire, because I do feel like they have advantages in some surfaces, and that's
I totally agree on some of the surfaces. Yeah,
and I think it all should be at least where now. I think if they could make it, if there's multiple all-wheel drive cars, they should all draw each other at the beginning of the rounds. And as the rounds go on, then if they merge into the small tire scene, then that's fine. But I don't know. I'm kind of weird on that stuff. I just like to be competitive and have some kind of some fairness to the race, and that's just me. I mean, but oh well. But no, yeah, I was trying to think what we're talking about. But yeah, the track at the end of the day, as far as mid track and how it acted, it was definitely tricky, because it was dirty. It was getting dirtier, and I was noticing my car would move around quite a bit mid track. So it took a little driving to keep it, going straight, and I could feel the tires chattering. Oh, there sometimes it was chattering pretty hard, but luckily it didn't let completely loose, and it stayed forward. So that was the good part.
Was it getting faster throughout the night? I think it was, but you still had the top end to deal with.
So, like, yes and no, because at the end of the night, there's less. I guess you could say there's more time in between rounds, so the track started getting colder, and I was being a little more conservative, just for the fact I didn't want to get too crazy, because I knew the track was going to get colder as the rounds got less. Less cars were going down it, so I was just trying to make solid A to B passes. I'd probably say one of my better passes was against Waylon, and I mean, Waylon, I didn't want to give Waylon any room if I could. keep from doing it because he's fast. I mean, he's got a lot of data. He knows that even though he just got that little truck, that thing's fast, and he knows everything about it, and he knows the power plant very well. And so, I knew it was going to take a lot to beat him. So I wanted to try to be on my A game. So if it took me shooting Scott in the face with some nitrous, then that's what it took. I mean, that's what it is. But
Thank you. Thank you.
I wish it had made your day, and I wish that everybody else would have loved it as much as I did. But
No, it made my whole weekend. It made my whole weekend.
Oh my gosh, I didn't do that. I really did. I was so focused on raising whale in that pass that I had no clue. And it's still, I go watch it just if I even attempt to get in a kind of a bad mood, I'll watch it today. So, and then we're. But if you notice, even the voiceover goes kind of with you in the background.
Yeah,
What they got.
Tom Gunner there with the fucking, was it the wheelie?
Oh my gosh, dude. I was having nightmares when he got about halfway up. I was like, oh God, please, no, I know where that goes. I've been there before. And everybody gives me a hard time now because my car attempts to do any kind of wheelie. They're like, you didn't even do a wheelie. I was like, it felt like it may not have gone up 6 inches, but it felt like 6 foot at that point. My mind is so, it's a little freaky whenever I put my car on the roof. I had just got my car done.
Yeah, I was about to say, people probably don't realize, but you've pretty much flipped it over.
Yeah,
all the way over in Georgia.
No, I did it at the Ennis Snow Prep Kings.
Ennis.
Yeah, I did it there, and I just had got the car finished. That was my 6th pass on the car. We were supposed to go test before that, and we weren't able to. I wasn't even gonna go, and some of the guys were like, I just told the guys, okay, let's just go. I said, what's the worst? If we get knocked out, at least we're at a cool event. We go watch some racing. Let's just go have fun. And if we're competitive, that makes it even better. It's a plus. So we go, and we were doing really well. We were knocking some big names out, and but that last pass, for some reason, the car was acting goofy. I don't remember what it was. I think the shifter was not wanting to go into first. It was something goofy. But I was like, here we go. It's not going to do nothing. It wouldn't do a burnout or something. I don't remember what it was, but as soon as I let go of the button, it just went straight up and started going right straight up in the air. I pedaled the car 8 times. I went and looked at my data. I pedaled it 8 times, and it still was never, it wouldn't come down, wouldn't even attempt to come down, and it hit the bumper. And that was another thing. Being new in the car, I didn't know, you don't, excuse me. Once you get the car up.
I thought we was on the pass with you.
That's what it felt like. Just like that. How do you feel? Just like that. But yeah, as soon as it started going up, and you kind of where your car's at, or when you're going to get up in the, start getting into the bumper. Well, with me being new in the car, I didn't think I was that high, and I guess I was, and it got into the bumper and upset the car, and that's when it flipped over. But man, it sucked. I ain't even lie. When I got out and they finally got me out of the car, because I was stuck in the car, I couldn't get out. I could smell the fuel, and I was just like, oh please. I have my hand on my fire suppression system just in case, but But yeah, that's my biggest fear, is burning inside of a car. But yeah, when I was stuck upside down, I was up against the guardrail, I couldn't get out. Luckily, the safety crew was able to get me out pretty quick. But it sucked. I ain't gonna lie. Getting that car just finished, and you get out, and your car's just trashed again. But yeah, it took
y'all built that car like in a week after that, right?
Yeah, well, so I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty upset. I was like, I'm done. Forget this. We all worked our asses off to get the car back to where, to build it just to build it. I had the car just painted. We just rewired the car. We did a lot of changed the wheel combo. I had to narrow the back half of it, and we changed a lot of stuff on the car. And we just got it done for that event, it was for that event. We were just getting it done, and then I go and do that, and I was like, I'm done. It really took the wind out of my sail to want to race for a while. And a couple of buddies of mine, so a local guy here, Jeff Kohler, he's like, dude, don't give up. I'll go buy a donor car for you, and y'all can, swap bodies. And I was like, well, he said, I go to a salvage yard, find a car you want, feel like it's a good donor. And then he said, if you find one, he said, get it, and then y'all start on it. And I had to hit up the guys. I said, y'all want to try this? He said, you want to try? Because we really, I'm real good with Jason Flores, and he does the brawl in the falls and stuff. And I always want to try to make his events. And we were still in points at that time with the car, because I raced that car before it'd been repainted and all that stuff. And So we had all of it done, and the Brawl in the Fall was coming up right after that Ennis race, and I was like, well, so when I wrecked it, I was like, I was still in points, and I asked the guys, said, "Do y'all want to try to make it?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure." So all right, well, it's gonna be it's gonna be a long week, trying to get this car back together. So I go get a donor car, and I picked it up on a Tuesday. We cut. If I could show pictures on this, which I don't know how to do, but I can show. We reskinned the whole car. We cut the A pillar, B pillar, and the quarter and the roof, and we took it all as one section and put it on my car. But we cut it. Oh, it looked like a dune buggy for a little while there. It's like, this is. But my guys, I had 7 guys for 8 hours, 10 hours a day working on it, getting it back together, and we got it done. And we made the race that Saturday and went to the finals in it. So it was pretty cool. It was one for the books for me, but I don't think I'll ever want to do it again. If I do it, that was a rough one for me and my guys for sure.
Yeah. Did
So
you see what Aaron said?
no, I can't see. What's he saying?
He said when he called wheelies in a Mustang, it's called a root beer float.
He's stupid. He loves he wants me to call my car the A&W so bad.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't got a name for it, and I don't know if I ever will, but it gets a lot of it turned out to be a lot nicer than I expected for a Mustang. I'm not a big Mustang guy, but it works and it's fast and I like it. So I guess that's the biggest part that I enjoy. So
you want to give out details on it, or is it just
I mean, it's nothing too crazy. I mean, it's a big block Chevy car. I mean, it's got two stages, and other than that, it's just a stock suspension Mustang with just a lot of add-ons. I mean, it ain't nothing crazy, nothing too out of the norm. But
it's fast. I'll just
it is. It does. Yeah. I will say this. It was kind of nice. I didn't have to turn the second kit on all weekend, which I was thankful for because I didn't know how I was going to act with 2 kits on that thing trying to go down there. But I'm telling you, these guys are fast. I mean, it's evolved to some crazy stuff nowadays. I mean, back when I raced this Love for a long time, I mean, it's changed so much just then.
801 cubic inch. That's what Aaron said.
yeah, right. 2 carbs. You see it all hanging out of the hood, right?
Yeah. We see both of them.
Both them carbs. Yeah. It's a good combination. It's not too big of a motor to try to control, but it's not too small where it can't be competitive. But I like it. Like I said, I bought the car, because I knew it was a good car. It was a solid car and it ran well. So, I mean, and so far it's been doing really well. I'm having fun. I'm debating if I'm going to take it to Hartshorn. I know we're going to take the Love to Hartshorn. I don't know if I'm going to take my Mustang or not. Because I know it isn't. It's street, but it's not street. You know what I mean? Hartshorn comes around pretty good, and the surface is pretty legit. But
it comes around, but it's got to be later on. It's got to be when the sun starts.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it definitely has to cool off, and
heat
of the day, it's definitely
it swaps
challenging.
It swaps lanes. One lane will be hot, one deal, and then the next lane it'll just be ass backwards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fun, and I do enjoy the environment there. Oh, and like I said, if it was a road I'd want to take it down, I'd say that's one of the better ones that are considered, for street stuff. That'd be one of the better ones to go down, or at least kind of get my feet wet on to get comfortable in doing that stuff. So we'll see. I may try to put my 29.5s on it and see how well they fit first, and see how much I'm going to chop my car up to make them fit. Because them tires, the mediums are big.
They're just a little bit taller, people. They ain't like an inch or
yeah, that's just wider. Yeah, that's it. An inch, maybe 2.
Maybe an inch and a half wider.
But they worked.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely. I didn't think I'd be. It's been a while since I've been on one of your little live feeds.
Yeah.
You've changed a little bit. You got a fancy background now, and yeah, I don't know. Look at that. It's getting crazy now.
Yeah. We high tech here.
I'm telling you, dude.
It took me a couple of years to figure this shit out.
I'm even telling you, I was like watching the live feeds now, and you're watching the starting line, and then goes to the finish line. I'm like, man, this is getting high tech.
Yeah. A lot of trial and error and a lot of reading.
And I don't like it because it shows how bad somebody's getting drugged. And I've been in those shoes a couple of times when Jason Cantu put some space on me. I was like, wow, it it didn't look that bad, but he put it on me. Oh, that was pretty bad.
Yeah.
But
That truck's quick.
yeah, truck's stupid fast. It looks like he had some fun over in Hinton this weekend too. It looks like somebody tried to sabotage his stuff, throw some rocks in his turbo. That's pretty shitty.
That's some shitty shit right there.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm not a Hinton fan. Last time I went to Hinton, I did donuts and we ended off in a field.
Yeah. That's Hinton. That's what they call it. Isn't that what they call prep down the town? Don't they prep that road or something?
It's prepped, I guess. I don't know the term. I know it's you at the finish line. You crest over a drop off.
Yeah, I heard that, and you the shutdown isn't really. It's typical Oklahoma shutdown. It's like really short.
Very, very, and it drops. It's like when you go over a crest, and then it's just downhill. So you unload the car every time. So you're just like, you don't know what's going to happen every time you get to the finish line. You just hope everything goes well.
Yeah.
But it was fun, but I'll probably won't ever. I don't know if I'll ever go back to one of those. We'll see.
Well, what's next for you? Maybe H-Town in the truck.
Yeah, H-Town. Well, we're going to take the truck to H-Town, and then I think we're going to go to that LS Fest and go race in the infield of that deal. We've always wanted to go do something like that. I thought that'd be pretty cool, and Dave wants to take it to do that, so I'm down. I mean, I think it'd be a good time, and then maybe I'm trying to have to go back and look at the calendar. There's a lot of racing coming up, and I think we're going to go to Brawl in the fall. And then what is the race in the Gut coming up? July? Is it June 10th? What is that, right?
Oh wait, the Siege.
What is
straight
that?
Out, the straight out the Gut.
Yeah, what day is that one?
The 15th and 16th. I think it's the following weekend.
Yeah, I might go to that one. Let's see. We'll see if it's busy.
The Gut is a different animal, people.
Dude, I've learned my lesson on the Gut. It's fun. I love the Gut. It was a good time, great time. The only thing I wish I would have done is paid more attention to the shutdown area when I made my pass in the Love. I don't know if y'all noticed when I made the first pass in the truck that Friday against Todd Spears in the right lane. I didn't realize that the shutdown tapers down to almost one lane, really. Yeah. So when I got to the finish line, I was off in the dirt. The whole right side of the truck was in the dirt. I thought I was about to wreck the thing the first time in the truck again. It's scary, but luckily I pulled the chute and it kind of calmed it down. And I got it over into the actual in the return roadside, but I was in the dirt for a little bit. Then I was like, holy cow. So I learned my lesson on that one pass that it comes over and it narrows down to one lane almost. So yeah. I didn't pay attention to that, but it's fun. And actually, it's not that bad of a surface compared to other things. I mean, as you know, people go fast on it. They can go fast on it, and they did go fast on it. I mean, I think it showed the potential with all the big names coming down who, them guys, Jason Cantu, Todd Spears.
They were running some numbers too now.
Them guys, I mean, they do it. I mean, that's even, all the guys. I mean, all the street race guys, that's what they do. They race and study, and I mean, they take that stuff serious. I mean, it's not, I just don't have the ability to do it as much as I'd like as far as to get the data that they do and test like they do, but they make their cars fast. So for me to outrun any of them guys or even hang with them, to me, I feel like I had a good day because, I mean, they put their time in and it's hard to do that with, full-time job or having two jobs and a family. You got to balance it. So it's hard for me to get away to do that much racing like they do, but them guys are hardcore. They really are. So, I mean, yeah. and they showed it that weekend at the Gut. I don't think anybody ever thought that you could go that fast on that track, but they were doing it.
And they weren't holding back either.
No. I know. I heard some mile-an-hour numbers, and I was like, "Wow, that's freaking crazy." Yeah. I don't know if it was true or not, but I know it was.
I seen the draggy, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's fast."
Yeah. So I mean, it's impressive. Them guys are fast. I mean, that's the thing I bought that Mustang for, because I knew it had the potential to go really fast. I mean, and it just I just got to put the time in and really, get used to it and learn it and see what it likes and learn when to bring stuff in. But these guys are fast. It's impressive.
Yeah. Well, do you got any sponsors? Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I got a few people that help me. I've got Jeff Kohler, Kohler Automotive. He helps me with my, if I need some spark plugs or stuff like that, he always helps me out. Or anything really, if I need just anything he can help me with, he does. I've got Nitrous Express, of course. They always help me with my nitrous stuff if I need anything. I've got trying to think who else. Viking Shocks. They always help me if I need anything new on the shocks, or if they want, I want to try something, they always help me out, or take care of me. Of course, my personal shop, Buck Nasty Performance, my guys really, they donate some time for me or to my car to help me be competitive still, which I appreciate. So, but yeah, I think that's about it that I can think of. And of course, y'all for videoing and getting our name out there, and that people don't realize just getting your name out there helps out because it makes people want to get there. It shows exposure of your car. I mean, that helps out. People want to be a part of it. Yeah. So,
and plus, if y'all need nitrous shit, this guy right here.
But yeah, I think that's about it.
He knows it. Nitrous for life.
Maybe I'm not gonna say no because my buddy, the Chase Krasowski, mm-hmm. He is the kid who had the black Firebird. He was nitrous for life, and he went turbo. And man, since they made that change, they're flying. And I'll tell you what, if nitrous keeps going up in price to buy nitrous and all that stuff, and fuel, it's almost where you have to go to that way because it's expensive, man. To get a nitrous bottle nowadays, it's expensive. And race fuel
and plugs and
it's stupid. It's definitely a more expensive combination to have, I think, at this point in time. Because and turbos, you just put fuel in it and you may check a plugger in there, but yeah, it's nothing like a nitrous setup.
I was talking with Corey, the Green Monster, this weekend out on the streets, and he was talking. He was all like, "Man," he goes, "I still like my nitrous, but he goes, man, one thing is, I'm still on the same plugs I was on last year."
Yeah, it's crazy. It definitely, yeah, and that's one thing I say with me. Not this weekend, I didn't really, I wasn't pushing my car or say I wasn't really turning it up. So I didn't change. Luckily, I didn't have to change plugs. I just, kept fueling it and I left it like that. Yeah. So we put a set of plugs in it that when I got there, and I didn't change them the whole night, which my guys they usually help me are like, "We ain't changing plugs." It's like, no, we're not really leaning on me. It's only one kid. I'm not killing it, So what do we do? I said, just put fuel in it and keep it cooled down. And being that it was 50 degrees, that wasn't hard either. So
yeah.
It's kind of a fairly easy night for us, but to keep it updated. But we'll see. As far as going turbo, I don't know. The part for me is just not knowing how to, it's a whole new lifestyle for me. So
you got the tuning of the nitrous down. So, I could see something. I could see you dabbling with it.
I would like to. I don't know if you noticed that white turbo love that was there this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
That was my old truck, and I ended up selling it to my buddy Jerome, and he ended up messing with it. And I kind of wish I'd have kept it just to dabble with it, to get my feet wet in the turbo scene. But man, that truck I didn't have time to mess with it, and I was trying to get my car going again, and wrecking my car. It really was a setback for me before I could even get to that truck to even start dabbling with it. And he was wanting it pretty bad. So I just said, yeah, I sold it to him and let him, play with it. But like I said, I don't know if I'll ever do a turbo truck or turbo setup, but I'd like to at some point. Whether it be a combination, I don't know if it'd be on the motor that's in my car now, because my motor I think would be pretty killer. I just think it'd be really crazy to try to control power with it, but we'll see. I think Jason Cantu does pretty well with his big setup. He's got a pretty gnarly little, turbo combination. So, yeah. And we'll see. It's just going EFI is expensive. It's nowadays right now with that way, everything is expensive. It's crazy. Unfortunately, hopefully things will chill out on price on gas and fuel and stuff like that.
Yeah. She was
killing it.
Yeah.
She's another local. I think our locals did pretty good this weekend. Well, and did say I have the, I'm not going to say I wouldn't disagree with him. He said home field advantage is a big advantage. And yes, I do agree with that to an extent. The only thing I would say is we don't hardly ever test on that kind of environment where it's 50 degrees and windy like that. But I would like to go to the gut. Maybe we can try something there. And even the playing field, I don't know what his hometown is, but I mean, I'm always down to race other places.
He lives way out East Texas.
Waylon does?
Yeah.
Where does he live?
Athens, I think.
Oh, that's right. He does live in Athens, because we were talking about a guy that I sold my old 70 split bumper to lives in Athens, and we were trying to figure out if he knew him or not. But yeah, that's right. He does live in Athens. But yeah, I'm down to go to other places. Man, it's expensive to go them. I went to that Cinco de Mayo race, the streets. Oh, here we go. Let me easy on that one. Let me get my feet wet first. Trying to already pick on me on the streets, but I'll eventually go. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little gun shy, because tearing up a car it's. Of course, he should know. I mean, he just went through the fields in his, so he knows all about it. It's scary. You put all that hard work on it. Oh gosh.
Well, he said he likes Cedar Creek. I think that's not too far from him.
Yeah. Well, I'm down to try different places. I just got to travel. I just got to be able to put diesel in my truck. When it's like $6 a gallon, I don't know what it's going to get to. It's getting kind of scary now.
It's fucking crazy.
Dude, I did the math. I went to Cinco de Mayo race. I've never been on radials, so I was like, Chase and all them were wanting me to go do that index stuff, which was fun. I've never done it, and figured I'd try it out. But I did the math to go on it. I think it was for like every 1.6 miles I went or something like that. It was like $1. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, I've never done the math, and I don't think I'll ever do it again, and I don't think I want to, because it was retarded. My truck doesn't get the best gas mileage, but it was, you just don't realize how much money you're investing to go do this stuff. But it's fun, and I'm really wanting to do it again. I'm going to travel and try to do more races. Like I said, I don't mind going to the gut. I think that's really going to be my next one. I want to try that with my car, because I think it'd do really well at the gut. Yeah. So we'll see.
You got a dog over there snoring?
No, well, yeah, Gizmo.
I could hear it, and I was like, it sounds like a pug. It sounds like my pug snoring.
Yeah, she's
comfy. I was like looking. I was looking around. I was like, do I hear poopy in here?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah. Well, so are you gonna be flagging the gut race?
Which one?
So the one that coming up.
The one
July 16th. Yeah. I'm gonna go to that one, and I'm gonna go to the one that Stefan's gonna be hosting. He hit me up about going to his.
That's it right there.
And when is that one? July 16th.
Yeah, it's July 16th.
And then the one before that's on the 10th, I guess. Then you got all the.
Yeah, I think that's the same weekend as the brawl race. I think.
Which one?
The Siege.
That one is, yes. Yeah.
Paris.
Yeah. Yeah, and I that kind of sucks, because I was wanting to go to that one too, but like I said, Jason's one of my really good friends, and he helps me a lot on stuff. So I always, stick with him on that. So that's the bad part on that. Yeah. So nothing personal. That's my buddy.
Believe me, I understand. I understand. All right. Well, congrats on your win.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. And wins, yes. I'll take it, and hopefully, I can repeat on it again sometime, but we'll see. So, yeah. But yeah, it was fun. I had a great time, and it's good seeing you again. We don't get to see each other much, but every time I see you, it's always enjoyable.
Yeah,
and I'm glad
when you do. Yeah.
Dude, it's like he's like, okay, I'm ready, shoot me.
He's like, they're like,
shoot me in the face. Yeah, I had no clue, and it's just crazy, because I really honestly had no clue he was there. None, not at all, not one. And I was like, then I went back and I watched it 100 times, and then I had to make a TikTok, of course.
You sent me the TikTok, and I was like, all right, that'll work. That'll work. I figured out how to download the video off TikTok, and then I had to put my little twist on it, my little slow mo.
Yeah, you did. You got a few shares out of it.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, I think you got like 600 shares out of that one video.
It's fucking.
I was like, wow. Some people a lot of people like that video. I don't know how many views. I hadn't checked it in a while, but it's pretty cool to see.
In the face. In the face.
Scott called me. He's like, yeah, it was Scott called me. He's like, I did all this. I stayed late to help you. I did all this, and this is how you pay me. I said, Scott, I'm sorry, but it was funny. I'm sorry. It was. What did you want me to do? I mean, I can't not use that. I mean, that's probably one of the funniest things I've seen in a long time. I said, yeah, I'm gonna have to. I will share it, and I'm sorry.
Was he laughing the rest? Was he laughing the rest of the night?
Oh yeah, he laughed the whole night. Even that night, we were laughing about it. He said, "Why do this is the second time you got me?" Because I got him with the love too. Because he leaned over something with the purge. And I purged him right in the chest. But this one was better. Got him. I mean, I knocked his hat off and everything, so that made it even better. But yeah. So well, I guess I'm gonna get off here, and I will be ready for Hartshorn. All right. And I got to go to work.
Yeah, fuck that shit.
Yeah, I got to be there at 10. So
shit's overrated.
It is. It's tough. I go in at 10 and get off at 6. So then I go sleep for a little bit, and then I go to my shop and work for the rest of the night. So
there you go. All right. Well, congrats on your wins.
Thanks, Olympian. Thanks for having me on here. It's always a pleasure.
All right. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Buck Nasty Performance. They're out of Wichita Falls, Texas. He does all kind of tuning and stuff. So if y'all want to get over there, let's see if Waylon's looked at his messenger, and he has not seen his messenger yet. He might be busy. Somebody was up here about Chief or something crossing over the white line. Yeah, this dude. The line was extension of the grass over. So here was the rule. If you touch the grass, because they had grass from the start line all the way up to about 500 and something feet. If you touched the grass, that was a cross. But after that, you had the imaginary center line. Chief did not cross the center line, and we had a cone in the center. He did not hit the cone, so he finished in his lane. Sorry, MJJ. I'm sorry that it wasn't no cross. I'm just sorry. I'm sitting there looking all the way down it. So here. But anyway, oh, look at this dude.
Yeah, look at this dude.
Look at this dude. Yeah. He might not have doubled up at the park, but he did double up for the weekend, people.
Oh, we doubled up, man. You talk about a long weekend, all night, Friday night.
He
look at that.
Won in the streets,
dude,
and he won
at the
track.
Dang, I got a hot chick to stand next to me 2 nights in a row.
Look at that.
Oh shit.
Was she cold? That might have been why she was standing next to you at the track.
Yeah, she took my my fire jacket, so
yeah.
Wichita Falls. Yeah, I wouldn't. After I got done racing, it was hers, not mine. So
yeah, if you look over Robert's shoulder, you might see.
Oh, I see a Limpy playing, kind of like hiding in the bushes.
I did ever winning photo that y'all probably I've already deleted them, but Limpy was in there. He was doing photo bombing. He was photo bombing.
I've got Aaron took 5 or 6 pictures for me, and every single one of them you're making a different face, hiding. But I'll be home in like, I don't know, 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
All
right. You gonna hit me back?
I was ready to come on at like, yeah, I'm back. You there?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was ready to come on at like 7:30, and then here we are.
Yeah. Well, I had them guys that are on the East Coast. They're an hour ahead of us, so I figured them guys, by the time they get on, if they get on right now, that's already 10:30 at night of their time. So
yeah, it'd be bedtime.
Yeah, and I knew Kyle worked nights, and I know you work You work dogs.
Whenever. Yeah. I'll be home. I'll be home in about 10 minutes, and it won't be so dark.
That'd be all right. But the streets Friday night, we had to move from one spot to the other, and we almost got it done at the second spot, and then the cops showed up. The federales, let me just say.
Some really gangster shit, and went right back there and unloaded and did it again.
Well, yeah, Dan wanted to go on the other side of town, and I said, "Fuck that shit. We're just gonna go. We got one race. We'll just go back there and wham bam, thank you, ma'am, get it knocked out."
Man, so, I like Aston. I always have. I wanted to split with that dude and go home, and he's like, "Nah, I'm running it." And I was like, "Man, if I unload again and if I gotta run again, we're gonna run for all of it." And he's like, "That's cool." I'm like, "Dadgum."
Yeah.
It wound up working out.
Yeah, he ended up jumping, and then you still did the flyby on him. Well, he must be running. People, he lives out in the country.
Went to work on the big end.
Oh yeah, she was rolling.
Yeah.
So do you liking that truck more than the car?
Man, the car feels more comfortable, but the truck is definitely faster than the Nova was. Than the Nova was. When the Nova comes back, people better hide. That's all I can tell them.
Yeah.
It's going to be bad.
With the truck being so short wheelbase and stuff, does it move around a lot on the big end, or?
Man, really the truck is 1 inch shorter than the wheelbase of the Nova. There's not much in front of the tires or behind the tires. It's just 1 inch. The wheelbase is 1 inch different from the Nova.
Oh, shit! I didn't think about that. I just figured it was a lot. I figured it was a whole lot shorter. I figured at least a foot shorter wheelbase.
Nah, they're. I think the Nova's 112 and the truck's 111.
111. All right. Oh, was the wind messing with you at the park?
Yeah, it seemed to keep pushing me. Like everybody said, man, you got so close to the wall. And I didn't even feel it. It was just kind of drifting over to the left. And Kyle did the same thing when me and him raced, and then I watched him race in the finals, and I noticed him do it again at the big end, probably 450, 500 feet. We were both kind of drifting to the left. He started coming over. It wasn't fast or nothing, and it didn't scare me or anything like that. But when he started moving over, I looked over and noticed him. I had a front row seat. He was out there in front, and I noticed him moving over a little bit.
You noticed him moving over, but you didn't notice you moving over.
No, I didn't notice myself moving over, but I damn sure noticed him coming at me. We were both running 140 or so, and it was a little sketchy.
Yeah. Rolling though.
Yeah,
was it
rolling, man? Truck.
Yeah.
Did what?
Was the track getting faster as the night was going on?
And I made my fastest pass of the night in finals. At 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
It didn't get any slower.
Was Robert throwing the kitchen sink at it? Was Robert throwing the kitchen sink at it? Oh boy. He must be in a bad spot. Oh, maybe there he is. Nope.
Right,
there you are. There he is. There he is.
Yeah,
there he is.
Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I
was
went
Robert throwing the kitchen sink at it?
I don't know. We were on like 16. Yeah, we were on like 16, 17 pounds most of the night, and man, we had watched Kyle run all night and kind of knew, I had a pretty good guess of where he was, and we just misjudged it by a little bit. I heard, after we got done, I told him what I ran, and he didn't share with me what he ran, but I had a pretty good idea. And then after that last pass, we kind of turned it up a little bit, and I wound up going 0.3 faster than the pass I made against Kyle. And I wish we would have put a little bit more in it. We have a ton more we can put in it, but I just didn't want to push it too hard, and it just wasn't our night.
Yeah.
Kyle's fast, man. That dude's got it together. That Mustang rolls out. Thing's impressive.
Yeah. Well, you got the truck class, and you've almost got the but the whole shout out of the whole night was when you when Moonshine give you the time to get your stuff fixed. Oh,
The whole shout out of the whole night was what?
when Moonshine gave you they wanted to race, they just want to take a win.
Oh man, that was awesome. That was a stand up dude. That could have made her, broke the night for us right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome of him, and I would have done the same for anybody.
Yeah.
I have done the same thing for anybody, but yeah, that was pretty cool. I slung the I did about 10 foot of burnout, and I slung the fuel pump gear off first round of the truck class, and he let me put it back on. The same thing happened in the Nova last year. The first time I ever took it out, I went to Mineral Wells, and it threw the pump off, so I knew exactly what we needed to do to fix it.
Yeah.
But,
oh. So, what's next for you?
man, I think I was gonna go to Mineral Wells this weekend. Taylor's doing a race on 28th. I don't know, but there's a race here pretty close to the house. I don't know where I'm going this weekend. I'm gonna be somewhere though.
Be somewhere.
Yeah,
they're coon hunting.
Nah, not this weekend.
Not this weekend.
I think I got to race every weekend for the rest of my life at the moment.
There's a good question. Who built that? Is they consider that a rat truck?
Man, I don't. Yeah, it really is. It's a cabin bed off of a '53 Chevrolet, and it really is, more of just a rat truck. But it's all, it's got all factory Chevrolet metal and stuff. It's pretty neat. It's a fun little truck. But a guy in Koontz, Texas built it. I saw it for sale. I guess about a month ago, and it was for sale for like 12 minutes. And I messaged him, and it had everything that I wanted. Had a Dominator, Holly Dominator, 6-bolt block, aftermarket case glide. Like shit, that's too good of a deal to pass up. And man, I got it, and he told me all the parts it had. Had a Callie's crank in it, a nice crank, had some nice pistons in it, had some nice heads on it. And then I wound up finding out the hard way, but he put a set of Eagle rods in it, like a $470 set of rods in this motor. And we went to XRP, and we'd made some pretty fast passes. The truck is stupid fast on a radial, but it ate a rod out there. And I called Gary on Friday night at the track, and I said, "Hey man, I need a favor." And he said, "Pull it out and bring it to me." So me and Dylan went home that Friday night. We pulled the motor out, and I took it to Gary Saturday morning. And me and Gary pulled it apart in his shop Saturday morning at like 8:30. And Gary was in his house shoes and a white T-shirt, and it was pretty funny. But that's a heck of a dude right there.
Yeah.
But
he's one of your sponsors too.
Yeah, man. He's kind of the same as those other guys we're talking about. It's nothing for free, but he definitely gives me some breaks on some stuff. And anytime I need anything, day or night. The other night, this last Friday night, we were out there in the street, and we unloaded and made a couple test hits before we went to the race. And the driver's side bank was making some noise. It just didn't sound right, and we took a valve cover off and had a rocker arm pedestal that was broken. Well, I called Gary at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and he told me I could come there right now and get parts. I could come there in the morning, and I wound up telling him exactly what it was, and he told me to tighten it back down and send it. It's got 3 bolts that hold it down, and the center bolt broke over the center bolt hole, and he told me to just tighten the shit out of it and run it. And so we ran the whole weekend with the broken rocker arm pedestal. So,
Damn.
Just did what he told me to do. We won 2 nights in a row with it. So,
Is it fixed now?
No,
Well,
but it will be. I got to put a bigger. There's 3 or 4 things I got to do. Every single weekend I've taken the truck out. Every time I've taken it anywhere, we've won so far. We've been pretty lucky with it. But it's like every weekend we take it out, we find out something else that it needs. I'll just a couple days worth of just little shit we got to do to it. This week it needs a bigger catch can. I got 2 catch cans on it in the bed, and after every round I got to drain them. I mean, they fill up so fast. It's just, and they make a mess if you don't.
yeah.
But
you guys sponsors you want to give a shout out to?
man, Gary at Oaks, Botello Performance for sure. We bust our butts getting this truck ready. We definitely put the time in and testing. And Robert's a bad dude. And then JFab, he's always there. Same thing. I call him, need something. He'll tell me to bring it to him. He'll get me fixed up. Hydrostar, Nate over at Hydrostar, that dude's awesome. Same thing. Anytime I need a transmission, he's there. Skinnies, Circle D converters, Cedar Creek, Daniel over there at Cedar Creek. Anytime, I can call him anytime and tell him I need to go test, and he don't turn the lights on for me or anything, but I can go out there and test just like a street anytime I want to. And I Am Racing Fuels. They're the same way. They bring me about 2 barrels of fuel a month. So I got a bunch of people that help me out, but it's all make it a lot easier.
What about the warden?
And this guy right here.
What about the warden?
Yeah, but that's it, man.
Your wife.
Where you going again?
Your wife.
Oh yeah, she's not home yet.
Oh, okay, all right.
Glad you reminded me. I don't call her hot on this video, and all. I'm hoping she watches it back. I doubt she does, but yeah, that one right there. See that one. The other one, it could be like, I don't know. You can't even tell.
She's just trying to find warmth. This is what she's trying to do.
Yeah,
she's just trying to find warmth.
Yeah. That was wild. Like the Friday night, I was sweating. I couldn't wait to get my jacket off. I mean, I was freaking burning in there. And then Saturday night, it was frigid.
Yeah,
it was ridiculous.
I'm telling you, when we left the house here, Saturday, it was like, I think it was 97 degrees.
Yeah.
And then we got up there and it was like 64 degrees.
I sat down with the warden and Aubrey, and they were like, "This is such bullshit. It's so cold." And I felt bad for Aubrey because she's got to be like 85 pounds. She ain't got no meat on her bones. No. It's gonna pop. Don't squeeze that hard. What up, dude?
So Dylan driving Yoshi when the Nova's done?
I don't know.
Yeah.
He says, yeah. We'll see.
Robert gonna put the baby tune on it.
Yeah, I'm not against it. I've let him make a pass on the Nova before. He did. I mean, we put a little more than wastegate in it. He went right down through there. I think he went a 70 or 80 in it, and just like it wasn't nothing, just cruise right on down.
Well, I'm sure that thing drives itself pretty much.
Oh, the Nova is super easy. Yoshi is a handful. You don't drive Yoshi unless you're ready for it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's because it's so rigid or what, but Yoshi on the big end, anytime. I mean, if it gets unsettled, you got to be ready for it.
Yeah.
But
no, Ralph. By the end of the night, it was I think it was like 45 degrees and the north
Yeah.
wind blowing like 25 miles an hour.
Yeah, I had to. We brought that motorhome out there, and my kids and everybody was asking me to turn the furnace on so they could have some heater, and I was like, "Hell no, we'll drive south until it gets warm again. I'm not turning the heater on."
Yeah.
So they
Well,
covered up.
I mean, you go from it's been 100 here for already 2 or 3 times this month, and
Yeah,
then you go from 100 to 40 degrees, and that's a big jump for us people.
yeah,
Even this fat guy.
yeah.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
oh, there's the warden. There's the warden.
There's the warden. Yeah.
Oh boy, you're gonna get grounded now.
Nah, I don't get grounded.
There you go. Bam, bam. She's happy. She was happy for the wins this weekend. She's happy for that money.
Man, she's happy. She's always she definitely she's just as competitive as I am. If I don't win, she normally talks shit and she's pretty cool. When I lose is when I get new parts, because when I lose, she tells me, "You better make that motherfucker faster next week." I'm telling you. So
That's a keeper right there.
yeah, for sure.
Did you happen to see? I know when you're racing Kyle, did you happen to see him get hit in the face with the nitrous, or was
Dude,
you?
I looked over like right in the middle of when it happened. I saw him running around the car, and then I looked over and I saw Scott, and I saw him with his hat on. I didn't like see it mid it happened, but I saw him when he was pissed off, looking like, "What the hell did you just do?" Oh, I died. And then I saw you. I saw you about die.
I almost fell down. I was laughing so hard.
I
I was
know.
like, I was
I put
slapping
it.
my knee.
I had to put it all together to figure out exactly what happened, but I figured it out.
Man,
And then I saw the TikTok, and I was like, "Oh my god, that's hilarious."
damn it, that was fucking. Hey, do you think I should start flagging like this? Oh,
Dude, I was really upset that you didn't. You know. Fucking.
Oh my god.
Hey, I'm wondering when I'm going to see these guys again on the streets of Mexico. A little bit of.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know.
I know.
They've been MIA, man.
I think he hurt his motor, and he's been waiting on parts to get back. That small block Ford life.
And the Mustang.
Yeah, that small block Ford life.
Yeah, small block Ford life.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, that shit never gets old. It never gets old, man. That's funny shit. Oh, kill.
Oh, she's a killer. She's a killer.
Oh man. Oh man. So, what else you got? You got anything else?
Nah, man, that's it. I mean, we're gonna be racing somewhere this weekend. Hopefully, there's some more win videos and pictures. I don't know.
I'm looking like I'm on the dial-up internet. Weird.
Do what?
I was just reading the comments here.
Oh, I can't hear shit because my dog's breathing like a freight train.
She's happy to see you.
Yeah, she is for sure. She just did 4 cartwheels on my couch.
Oh man. All right. Well, congrats on your wins.
Man, thank you.
As in more than one, as in both of them. Both of them.
It was awesome. One Friday, one Saturday. Actually, I mean, it was actually one Saturday and one Sunday. Maybe some screets this weekend here. All right, Jeff. I'll holler at you, Jeff. I know of a little something going down that might be good for everybody.
There you go. So. Not me. I'm going down to Guadalupe. We'll be on the Guadalupe this weekend.
Man, I don't blame you. You know what sucks is the weekend of H-Town. It's also good, but we got some Whiskey Myers tickets, and we're gonna go to a concert Friday night. And if I'm not too hungover or in bad shape. Saturday morning, I might have Robert drag the truck to H-Town, and I may have this guy chauffeur me to Oklahoma. So
Let you sleep on the way up there and
get
rejuvenate yourself.
rejuvenate. I'll stop and get like several jugs of electrolytes and stuff, and get fixed back up, and I'll be good to go.
All right. Yeah. All right. Well, congrats on your wins,
Appreciate it.
and I'm sure I'll see you here in the next couple of weeks or so.
Yeah, I'll see. And y'all have fun this weekend.
I will, and then I'm going to be gone after H Town. I'm going to be gone for like a month.
Man, I want to go. I always see after you get there. I see where you've gone. I'm not going to be able to go as many places as you go because I'm dragging a car and all that
Yeah.
shit. I want to go somewhere far away and race with those guys at like 28s and shit. That'll be cool.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind going to KD. That'd be pretty fun. But I got to talk the warden into leaving on the 4th of July. But it won't be too hard to do.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we're still working on that because Muncie's not too far from there, and they're doing a event. So we're trying to kind of they got small tire, big tire, blah blah, and they're doing Friday, Saturday, and I'm thinking about doing maybe we can do something Saturday, Sunday, since
That'd be good.
since Monday's a holiday and people can travel back home on the holiday.
Yeah. Well, all right.
Does he live in a wood cabin? You live in a wood cabin?
No, not completely. That's just my living room.
That's just living. That's just living room, people. That's rich folk life right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. KD is a cool old track.
I've never been. I've always see Billy's videos and stuff they post there. It seems pretty cool going up that hill at the end.
Yeah.
I'm gonna race one of these days.
Yeah, I'm gonna get out there and see it for the first time, so it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be a cool deal.
Well, all right, man. I'll get off of here.
All right, have a good night. Appreciate it. Congrats on your wins.
Thank you.
All right, later. Your winner. All right. So we got H Town coming up in 2 weeks. And then the next weekend I'll be up there in Milwaukee. No, actually it'd be north of Milwaukee. But what is that? First Street, Union Grove, Wisconsin. MKE takeover, streetcar takeover. And then we got Slugfest. Friday night is the back side of the track. And then the front side on Saturday is tree side, small tire and big tire. And Happy to be there. Me and Happy to be there on Saturday, just chilling and kicking it and stuff like that. Then we got the Siege. That's June 8th and 9th. They're Paris, Texas. Paris track strip. And then we have Straight Out the Gut, July 15th and 16th. And then 505 Cash Days, I believe, it's in. Gotta look at my calendar here. Give me a second here. I believe it's August 13th. Yeah, August 13th. Before that will be where I haven't seen. We'll be at in Coburn, Virginia, at the end of July. I thought I had that on here. Maybe I don't have it on here. At Twin Rivers. You don't talk about sketchy track, people. That place is sketchy. It's sketchy. And then August 13th will be in God dang. I'm drawing a brain fart, people, brain fart. But it is what it is, you know. I'll bring an extra camera to Slugfest just in case. Oh boy. Oh boy. Thanks, Corey. It's south of Milwaukee. It's south of Milwaukee. It's south of Milwaukee. Details coming for the 4th of July weekend. Yep. First official cash days in Ohio. And we'll be at, for that weekend of, I think I'm going to be at, you know, Ohio Grudge Race. I don't know where it's at. I forgot. I think it's over there by Bill and Nims at I forget the name of the track that's real close to Bill and them, not too far from Bill and them. But we'll be there for that weekend, hanging out with the people. So hope y'all enjoyed it. No, for the August 6th, National Trails. Yep, National Trails. That's where we'll be for in August. In August, Chris. National Trails. Yep. Because they're doing one August 6th, and I was not too far from there. Yeah, in Hebron. But before we go, one more time. And not only, but I'm not deleting this one either. I don't know what's more funnier. Man, I don't know. Man. I don't know. Man, I don't know. I just don't know. And again, 209gallery.com, chainprotect.com, and On Tilt Racing Productions, YouTube and Facebook. Appreciate them guys for sponsoring the live feed this weekend. Appreciate Joseph for doing the live feed this weekend. Appreciate Aubrey for doing Tire Crack. Heath on the big end, as always. The Warden for doing Tire Crack. The list, and Aubrey also for helping with the list as well. And Wichita Falls Raceway Park for hosting it. Gonzo always, Chris Ruska, and the guys always there are having it. And we'll be there next year for Park After Dark 5. Can't believe we've been doing it for 5 years already, but having fun out there. Hope y'all enjoyed it, and I might get with Happy, but I think we might try and debut our the Happy and Limpy show maybe tomorrow sometime. I don't know about what y'all think. We might make a little post about it and this and that, but we might do the Happy and Limpy show. We might have to do for the might do a Happy and Limpy show. No problem, Chuck. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. All right. Y'all have a good night, and we might see y'all tomorrow. Parental advisory is for when we come on there is probably what it's going to have to take. You have a good night. Later.